Update 1.20 is out now for Odyssey. It comes with some very interesting fixes and additions, and it also unlocks the new Heir of Memories quest that prepares us for the Atlantis DLC. So let's run down everything you need to know in this video. If you enjoyed that, then a like would be super appreciated, and let's go. First I want to note that it's time for a nice new giveaway, because out of nowhere Ubisoft released a new item pack and a mount that I will then give away, as I always like to do with these item packs. So follow the link in the pinned comment for a chance to win, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well before you enter. There are multiple things that you will notice when you start up the game after installing this update. First, of course, the awesome looking new main menu that gives an idea of what this new world that we will explore in episode 1 will look like, with an awesome looking city on the mountain tops, you standing in some sort of portal device, likely your entry point into this world. We will be able to explore this on April 23rd when the first episode goes live. You of course need to have the season pass to be able to play it, or you can likely also buy the DLC separately. You can right now, though, already play a free mission to hype yourself up a little bit for this DLC. You get a pop-up immediately when starting up the game, but you likely need to have finished the Atlantis storyline on that save before you see that. At least that is what I think, because I did not see the pop-up on my New Game Plus save yet. While I could immediately start it on my main save. Of course, let me know if you did not finish the Atlantis story yet and still got this mission, because I would love to know what the requirement is. So you first have to go to the island where you got the Poseidon's Trident, and there you will meet Aletheia, who you already heard in the different messages while doing the Atlantis storyline. It's a really unique mission that will give you control over Layla again as well, but there's more to it. I will not spoil it, of course, but totally go and check it out. It will end with a message saying that this questline continues when the Atlantis DLC releases. So again, that is April 23rd, bring it on. You might have some new ability points upon starting up the game after installing this update as well. Those were some unused ones that disappeared with the previous 1.14 update. I got 3 back upon logging in, so I likely lost 3. I only thought I lost 2, but at least nice to see. I'm not sure if it's the same for everyone, but you should at least have your ability points back. The biggest new addition with this update, in my opinion, is the new loadout system that you will see in the inventory menu. The first step is already unlocked from the start, but you can unlock more by paying Drag Me. The second one is only 5,000, the third one 35,000, then 200,000, and the final one cost a whopping 1 million Drag Me to unlock, so that is quite a lot for sure. But overall 4 will already be enough, at least for now, if you are really low on money, so it will be something to work towards too, I guess. The first loadout will be for the weapons that you have equipped at that moment, but when you switch to another tab, then all the slots will be empty and you can select the items that you want to have in that loadout. It does keep the bow though when you switch from your previous loadout, so that is kind of weird, but it does not really matter, of course, because you can easily change it. So now you can put all your assassin gear, for example, in this second tab, and then if you want to switch back to your warrior gear, just hold the equip button and then you immediately switch between a loadout. This of course also works while in combat, so you can really easily switch on the fly. You can cycle between different icons as well. We got assassin, warrior, hunter, defender, fire, poison, and a more universal one to easily see, okay, that build was indeed in that tab. Pretty neat. But yeah, this loadout system only works for gear and weapons and does not apply to abilities. So for the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal. Like my assassin build with a focus on sword damage still works great on the nightmare mode, but I can't really perfect it by focusing on my ability points on it as well, because then my other build with the warrior damage doesn't really make sense anymore. Like I don't need sword damage when I use a staff in the health stealer build all the time. So it's a cool step in the right direction, but the thing that takes the most time, like reassigning your abilities, is still something that you need to do manually if you really want to get most out of the different builds. So hopefully Ubisoft is looking into presets for the abilities as well, but still this loadout system is an amazing addition, and really switching between the builds works like a charm. So this Heir of Memory quest was not really a Lost Tales of Greece mission, because it was highlighted in the add-on tab. We already got a glimpse of the fate of Atlantis there. But if you still need to do some of these Lost Tales of Greece missions, of course the free missions that Ubisoft adds post-launch, then you will now see them highlighted in the quest menu. so you can really easily find and track them. If you are not far enough in the game to be able to do them though, then you will still see them in the quest menu, but just that you need to progress through the story to be able to do them. And I think you need to complete episode 5 of the main story to be able to start with these Lost Tales of Greece missions. Some players got a legendary Prometheus Sika with an assassin engraving, but that should not be the case. So Ubisoft now changed it to a warrior engraving. I already had it with a warrior engraving, so I did not really notice the change, but they should have fixed it. What I did notice was that all the previously released viewpoints are suddenly available to me, because with the previous update they added a ton of new ones near docks to make traveling way easier, but you had to get them all first. Well, now if you discover the region, you already get a viewpoint as well. Some really nice fixes include for issues where the bonus from the mercenary rank tier S2 would not apply to the Hevasa's workshop. Well, you should now see your discount there. Elemental resistance should now work as intended again, so it will give you the right bonuses based on your value, making those mercenary fights in particular more bearable. What makes fights more bearable in general is the fact that the Fury of the Bloodline ability that you of course get in the Legacy of the First Blade now protects you for longer after doing it. So first you could sometimes get hit after you were done with the ability without a way to counter that, but now you will be protected if enemies immediately attack you afterwards. What you will also notice when doing this ability is that it now crits. Yes, you can do critical hit damage when doing the Fury of the Bloodlines ability that of course hits the enemy multiple times and gives you a ton of adrenaline back. So this is either a secret change or something that triggered because of a fix. They note in the patch notes that crit chance at full health perks did not work as intended with overpower abilities, but now they do. But yeah, the Fury of the Bloodline is not an overpower ability. It's a similar style of ability, but still. And yes, this does mean that the overpower abilities from the sword, dagger, heavy blunt and heavy bladed weapon can now all crit as well. So if you got an insane crit chance while full health build, then you can really go on a rampage. So this is the assassin build that I'm using right now. It has some extra sword damage as well to increase that weapon category, but I'm dealing now insane crits left and right with a heavy blunt weapon in the overpower attack because of my insane crit chance and crit damage. Oh, and also the hero strike ability can crit now as well, making you easily able to take out mercenaries with just one ability. But yeah, now an overpower ability against a mercenary on the nightmare difficulty deals a ton of damage as well, and this is in my warrior gear. But also in my assassin gear, again, assassin damage and some sword damage. I'm still able to take these guys out with one ability. It was always strange that only the overpower ability from the staff and the spear was able to crit, but now all the other overpower abilities from the other weapons can crit as well, and it makes you way stronger if you focus on these attributes. Totally something to look more into in a future video, because the results are pretty insane. Moving on to some more fixes, I showed you in a previous video that Lime and Coconut on Twitter was able to see ships from level 101. Well, this should now not happen again. Ubisoft fixed it, and that makes sense because, as I told you in a previous video, there is no new level cap upgrade plan, so level 99 seems to be the final level. They improved the rapid fire ability animation when crouching. We got some fixes for the New Game Plus mode as well, where uncollected orichalcum nodes in the purchase map tab would not be present. They also fixed a more important bug where players would lose items in the New Game Plus mode upon looting the same item with a higher level. We had this image from L where he had no more bow equipped while looting the Hades bow from a mercenary, so the Hades bow was suddenly gone. Well, this should not happen anymore. There was an issue where players could not start the A Friend Worth Dying for mission in the New Game Plus mode. This should also be fixed. And there's one fix for a mission that, as far as I know, is not in the game yet. Roy Shayna reached out to me about this, and I totally agree, because it's called Would the Real Eagle Bearer Please Stand Up? So they addressed an issue where the Eagle Bearer in Would the Real Eagle Bearer Please Stand Up could be killed by the player before speaking with him. So yes, never heard of this before. Maybe this is part of the upcoming A Really Bad Day Lost Tales of Greece mission or something. Of course, if you got another theory, let me know in the comments down below. And there are some more smaller, more specific changes. I put a link to the patch notes in the description down below so you can read them for yourself if you want. And of course, Ubisoft did not tell you about everything regarding this update. There are some secret changes as well. I already noticed some that I will highlight in a future video. So, of course, if you see some interesting changes that I did not note in this video, then totally reach out to me on Twitter at JorRaptor, Instagram JorRaptor, or in the comments of this video. So yes, a nice surprise that the Heir of Memories mission is already here. I thought maybe they first want to announce it in the April content video, but No, it's already here in the game. And we got that new item pack, like the first time they released a new item pack on a Thursday. Normally, I think always, also with Origins, they always released on a Tuesday. So the first time we see it on a Thursday. So that's pretty interesting. Of course, I'm running a giveaway, as I already told you. You can follow that by following the link in the pinned comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for everything Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I will have a video on the pack, secret changes, on those insane buffs to the overpower abilities, and way more coming your way. So good stuff to talk about. Like this video to support channel, and of course, as always, we go to Sargon at the end of the video to see if we can finally get the freaking Hades Lieutenant. Okay, Sargon, let's see. You almost gave me a heart attack the previous time with the Abstergo figurehead, so let's see what we can get today. Come on, come on. Okay, Bandit Sword, Warrior, Hunter damage, and crit damage. Not the best, not the best thing in the world. That guy, he knew it all along. They get smarter, these AI enemies. I'm just going to do it this way. They finally figured out that if they're going to sit down next to Sargon, that they will die. So yes, I will have a ton of awesome Odyssey videos coming your way. Again, the things are happening earlier than I anticipated, but that's really cool to see. Like the video to support channel. Again, check out the giveaway in the pinned comments. And check out my other videos, like for example that the setting for the next Assassin's Creed game is hinted at in The Division 2. For now, I'll speak to you next time, and goodbye.